Well, hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel for all of the returning viewers. And if you are a first-time viewer, welcome to Larry's House of Hockey. I would like to throw out a little thank you. I'd like to do a little thank you video here for finally helping me and allowing me to get to 2,000 subscribers. I literally just saw that like 15 minutes ago that I had hitting the 2,000 subscriber mark, and I thought I need to give a little thank you to that, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. My initial goal was to see if I could hit that by my birthday, which was early September, but everything kind of slows down. Everything kind of slows down, every so often. So hitting 2,000 subscribers a little later than I was hoping, but I have no problem with that. I got there, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. Because without you guys watching, I do these videos, and if nobody's watching, it's kind of the kind of thing like, well, why am I doing them? So I do the videos. I love talking hockey, and I do it for you guys to watch, and hopefully you guys enjoy watching, even though there are some haters. And even though I'm not a huge fan of her stuff, but I guess like Taylor said, haters gonna hate. So it's some of those things, and honestly, and I've had a number of subscribers, including even some bigger channels that have watched some of my videos, who have all said the same thing. They're like, if you didn't have haters, you're not doing it right. So, that's kind of how I think of it. I was like, I must be doing something right then. I mean, if people are trying to get into the comments and troll and say, well, you're copying the hockey guy, you're doing this, you're doing that. It's like, copying is not, it's not copying. I mean, I'm not copying. I mean, and I said this in the one video yesterday. I'm not, if anything, what Shannon's channel has done, and the fact that he is that he's knocking on the door of 300,000 subscribers, which is fantastic, which is a mark that I would love to hit someday. I also know that it's taken him a long time to get to that point, but a lot of the stuff that he does on his channel, I mean, yeah, I use it as inspiration, and I also asked the subscribers, what are you interested in, and the subscribers and other watchers of the channel had said they want to see the whiteboard because they want to know what I'm talking about. If I'm talking about different topics, instead of just writing something down in a notebook or anything like this, as I scrape some of the stuff off of here, instead of just writing something down, writing different topics and stuff down on here, and then reading it off of here, subscribers went and said, that's all well and good, but we want to visualize what you're talking about. We want to see what you're talking about, and that's where the idea of the whiteboard came in. And then, of course, I always love the idea of the magnets. Watching especially how Shannon would make the magnets and stuff, and the team logos, and that's cool. To me, that's cool. And of course, these, and the neat thing is doing that, if you're talking about a particular team, you can put the logo up on the board and people will know what team you're talking about. Now these, of course, these particular magnets that I've got going on here, you know, like these, you know, I'm doing these. These are all, you know, they're not stickers. These are, you know, I mean, I looked, you know, because I know, you know, watching some of Shannon's older videos on how he makes the magnets and how he looks, you know, and how he goes, he'd go and he'd order stickers and stuff. You can't find stickers. You can't find those type of stickers anymore. I mean, you can't find them on eBay. You can't find them really anywhere. So what I end up doing is I go online and I go to the I think it's like the sports, you know, like the sports logo site, and it's got, you know, it's got all the different logos, you know, I mean, it's literally got all the different logos. I mean, you know, alternate logos, regular logos, you know, I mean, you name it, it's got all kinds of different logos, you know, including, you know, I mean, it's even got the you know, like the league logos, which is another project that I have in my in the little on my laptop. Is I have a bunch of league logos that I'm going to print out, put on a magnet sheet, and then have them cut out with my wife's Cricut. And that's how I make them. I find the logos, I download them. I go and I download them into a little folder, and then I go into the Cricut design space, and I upload the logos there, and I go and I put them on what's called a canvas, which is basically like a little grid pattern with you know, with measurements and stuff like that. And basically, if I can find, let's see here. Now I've done some of these just because I wanted to see what they would look like before, you know, before printing them out on sticker sheets. So I would just go and I would print them out on like regular sheets of paper. And this is kind of how, you know, you can kind of take a look at how they'll look. And it's interesting when you put them on the grid on the canvas, you know, and it's interesting because you look at the way the logos, they look so small. Well, then you go and you print them out. You go and you print them out on like a regular sheet here, and you realize, wow, those are big. Like, I mean, that's, you know, and these are, you know, these are different sizes, obviously. And it's just, it's neat. It's really neat. And to see, and also too, with like the grid, the little pattern on here, like when like, you know, I mean, like I said, league logos, you know, I mean, the old NHL logos, the old conference logos, you know, and of course, you know, the little things up here, that is where the, when you print these out on the sticker sheets and you put them on the magnet sheets and you put them in the Cricut, it goes and it scans everything and it cuts in this area. So I mean, it leaves like the stuff at the bottom here, but it cuts everything in this little square area with these little with the little notches there in the four corners. That's where it cuts it, and it, you know, you go and you put an offset around it on the thing. Now, I mean, obviously you can't see that there's an offset onto here, and you would think, you know, well, how's that going to cut? Well, it cuts around the offset. That's where you got to calibrate it right, which took a little, you know, I kind of did it wrong the first time, but you know, with practice, it got a little better, and yeah, but it cuts all around the logo, and they look fantastic. They really do. I mean, like, you know, I mean, let's show a couple here. I mean, like this one, you know. That's kind of how it does. This is all cut. That's all cut in the Cricut. It cuts all the way around it. And being it's on a magnet, you have to have a more heavy duty cutting blade, because a Cricut, You can cut magnet sheets, you can cut vinyl. I mean, you can make t-shirts, you can make all kinds of different stuff on a Cricut. It's really, really cool. And and me, learning how to use a Cricut, I guess some people would kind of would go and say, hey, you're turning into a crafter. Because that's what it's called. It's called crafting, I guess. So I guess I'm turning into a crafter when it comes to when it comes to making hockey logos. I guess I'm a crafter. I'm making and cutting my own logos. So I guess I'm a crafter. But I mean, there's so many different logos on there, on this site, and it's and they're all different formats. And when I initially started, I remember my wife telling me, that there's only certain types of formats that will work. Come to find out, no, pretty much almost any type of picture format, whether it's an SVG file, whether it's a PNG photo, even if it's a GIF photo. Because when I downloaded these were all in the GIF photos, and I thought, oh crap, because I'm like, I'd like to get some of these older logos. Well, then I was kind of monkeying around and come to find out, no, you can, it will work. It will do that. The Cricut will do that. It will print them out and it'll cut it and everything else. And I'm like, that's awesome, because I did want a lot of these older logos. The current NHL logo, the old NHL logo. And of course, I've got the current and the other two, Eastern and Western Conference logos. That's one of the projects that I'm still waiting to kind of do. Kind of need some room upstairs in order to do that on the table. But no, I mean that's a lot of fun, and it's enjoyable. And that's another, it's just one of those things, that I've kind of become relatively passionate about. And I'm still learning new stuff on how to do on how to use the Cricut and the program and everything. I mean, I'm in my mid 40s. I'm not that computer, I'm not that computer savvy, but it's getting there. It's getting there. But yeah, so, a lot of the subscribers wanted that. They wanted the aspect of the whiteboard. They wanted, and I like the idea of the magnets, because again, you can literally, if you're talking about a particular team, like say I'm talking about the Arizona Coyotes, and I'm writing stuff down, I can go and I can put the logo right there on the board, and people will know what I'm talking about. So it's cool, and the fact that I'm making them myself, using between online and using my wife's Cricut. I did learn one big thing, that when you're creating a project like that, always save it. Save it, because if you don't, you're gonna end up getting screwed. Because I did have a few down here where I messed up and I didn't save it. I didn't save them. And so what I ended up with was, like here, printed them all out, put them on magnet sheets, all that. Had all the logos there, all ready to cut out, but I didn't save the program. So what happened, you go and you move stuff around, you don't save the program, it messes up the whole thing, and it will screw up the entire cut. So yeah, I kind of learned that the hard way, that anything you do, when you go and you click on, make it, and it shows you a preview of what each sheet is going to look like, you got to make sure you leave it like that. And you got to make sure that you save it, because if you don't save it and you move some stuff around, but you've already printed it out without actually, making it and cutting it, yeah, you end up in situations like that where I'm like, oh yeah, but that was the learning process. That was kind of the learning curve, and now I kind of know what I'm doing with it, and at least how to print, how to print the stuff out, how to cut, how to run it in the cutter on the cutter on the Cricut, and it's a lot of fun. But I'm still learning different aspects of the Design Space program, and I could have almost, going into this sports logo site, I could find basically any logo from any league that I would want. I could get logos from the KHL, from the old WHA, stuff like that. And it's pretty cool. It was really cool to do. And of course I go, and when it comes to like buying stuff, or buying like the materials for it, like, I have this type of, this is the stuff that I end up buying, and I get it through Amazon. Again, Amazon, fantastic. So this is the stuff, this is the sticker paper that I get, and it's made for a laser printer, and it's the matte. So it's not glossy, so it's not shiny. It's not like bright and shiny, because, you can kind of tell there's no real glare off the light, as you can maybe you kind of maybe get a little bit, but if this was glossy, you'd get some hardcore glare. So that's why I stick with the matte. And of course, Amazon, gotta love Amazon. And then of course, I've got this, of course, you can definitely tell I plan on making a bunch more magnets. This hasn't even been open yet. This is a 25 sheet package of magnet sheets through Marietta Magnetics, again, Amazon. And this is a 25 pack, so there's 25 magnet sheets in here. And of course, this one is open. This one's probably about half. This one's probably about half gone, I think. But again, these are the magnet sheets. These are what, and they're not in. And a lot of the different magnet sheets you can get with adhesive on it. I don't get the adhesive on it because I'm already using sticker paper. That wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. But as you can tell, it's just a normal type magnet sheet, and yeah, it works really well. These work really well, and they're fantastic. You just got to be careful when you're putting the printed out sticker sheet on the magnet. You have to be using a particular thing. Now the Cricut has a what they call a scraper. Well, the scraper's all well and good, but when it comes to trying to smooth out, like air bubbles and stuff, not the easiest. So what I ended up finding, and the wonders of Michael's. Now I have one upstairs that's in the Cricut machine, but I went and bought a second one just to have. But it's something like this, it's this is felt on here, and it's called a squeegee, but it's not. This isn't rubber or anything, but it makes it so much easier to be able to, when you put it on the magnet sheet, you go and you peel back the sticker sheet, and as you peel the sticker part from the backing, you go and you have to fold the backing over. At least this is how I do it, and this is how I've seen a lot of Cricut users do it, because of course I've watched crafting YouTube videos, and how to put sticker sheets onto a magnet sheet by some Cricut makers. And so, I mean, basically what you do is you take the backing, you fold it over, and then you try to line up the sheet as best as you can with the magnet sheet, and then you kind of make sure it sticks there. But then before it gets before you get too far, like right away when you do it, you go and you try to fold it over a little bit. You take this and you literally run it all the way across, back and forth. And then as you're doing that, you're taking the backing and you're slowly letting the backing up, making sure the sticker sheet is on the magnet sheet. You go and you use that, and just back and forth, slow process. It does take a bit, but you go all the way down the 8.5 by 11 magnet sheet, and when it's all said and done, if you've done it right, you'll have hardly any air bubbles. And the air bubbles that you do get, of course, you go and you use this, and you try to push the air bubbles out. Now, of course, if there's air bubbles in, along the edges here, that's okay. As long as they're not in here. As long as they're not in this area where everything's going to get cut, you should be all right. But I mean, if you do get air bubbles in the logo, you gotta just try to get rid of them as easy as you can without scratching the paper. But yeah. So I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun doing these logos and doing these magnets, and it's enjoyable. And I hope that that people who watch enjoy it also. But again, that's one of the main reasons why I use the whiteboard and stuff like that. It's the visual that a lot of the subscribers and other watchers want, and it's easier then for them to follow, and it's also easier for me if I'm talking about different topics that I have written on the board. It's easier for me to not just all of a sudden jump off topic, because I do have a tendency, as I'm almost 24 minutes in this, and yes, it might seem like I'm kind of rambling, but yes, I do kind of have a tendency to kind of go off the reservation and ramble a bit. But that's a little easier way to keep me, kind of on track too. And it's just, it's fun. And, again, for people who think that I'm just copying everything that Shannon's doing, that is not what I'm doing. What he has done on his channel has, kind of inspired me to take aspects of what he does and implement them in my own way, in my style. And again, I've said this before, and I said this in the video yesterday. If somebody saw my channel and and saw what I was doing, and decided, God, that's really cool. I'd like to use aspects of that in my channel. And somebody decided to do that same thing, and it worked, and it's working for them. If I found that out, I would be the first one to say, absolutely, keep doing that. If somebody took something or an aspect of my channel and made it theirs, and it worked for them, and they used, and it was my channel that inspired them to do that. Oh my God. Oh, I mean, would be immensely flattered, and I would be the first one to say, dude, go do it. You know, that's awesome. Some people just don't like, some people just don't like, certain things, I guess, but, like they said, if I didn't have haters, I wouldn't be doing, then I'm not doing it right. And again, even though I'm not a huge fan of Taylor, haters gonna hate. So I thank you guys again very, very much for helping me and allowing me to get to 2,000 subscribers, 2,000 plus, and onward and upward. I mean, it's cool to have those goals, and to hopefully, maybe by go from 2,000, get, and start going from there. Get maybe look to get to 2,500, then to 3,000, and then just keep on going from there. Onward and upward, so to speak. So I thank you guys very much. I do apologize for the length here. I just kind of got, I just started talking about other different things. Started talking about magnets and showing off, kind of how I do them, and talking about how I make them, and yeah. So hopefully you guys, will be able to make it all the way through the end, or through to the end. And again, I cannot thank you guys enough. And and yeah, onward and upward, and hopefully get to 3,000, at some point. So again, I thank you guys very, very much. And again, I thank you guys for the subscriptions, for the watching, and hopefully more people will watch, and hopefully more people will not only just watch it, but hopefully if they like it, they'll hit that like button, they'll hit that subscribe button, and really help the algorithm, because it is about 50. I think when I looked earlier, it's about 55% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed. So I'd love to get that number down. I mean, obviously, to get that number down, that means the subscriber count goes up. That's kind of the goal. But yeah. So, I can't thank you guys enough for that. Keep watching. If you like the video, hit that like button. If you really like the videos, again, it'd be greatly, greatly appreciated if you'd hit that subscribe button. Let's try to get that 55% non-subscribe down a bit. That would be fantastic. And again, I mean, without you guys watching, I mean, what are we here for, right? what are we here for? If you guys, I mean, we're just, without anybody watching, I'm just the guy sitting here talking into his phone. So again, I thank you guys so much for everything, for the subscriptions, the watching, everything. And again, let me know what you guys think. Also, if you have friends, that like hockey, throw out the channel name, get some others to maybe tune in, and yeah. So again, I thank you guys very, very much. Cannot thank you guys enough. Hit that like button if you like the videos. Hit that subscribe button if you really enjoy the videos, and if you want to be notified anytime future videos are uploaded, you can tap that little bell, and you'll be notified anytime one of my videos goes live. And again, thank you guys very, very much for helping me get to 2,000 subscribers, and can only go up. keep on going up, you know. You know, got to 2,000, you know, why not, you know, why not 2,500? Why not 3? Why not 4? You know, how about 5, 10? You know, not trying to be greedy or anything, but you know, onward and upward, so to speak, right? So hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Again, it is greatly, greatly appreciated, and thank you guys very much. And you know, keep on watching, and hopefully too, in the next few days or whatever, hopefully I should have a package coming, a jersey that I bought from a seller on one of the Facebook jersey groups, and I think you guys will enjoy it. I definitely think I'm going to enjoy it, because it's definitely a cool. It's going to be pretty cool. It is definitely going to be pretty cool when you see it. It's definitely going to be pretty cool when I unbox it. And so yeah, so tune into that. And again, thank you guys so very much. And again, if you were new to the channel and you like the channel, check out some of the other videos. Hit that like button, hit subscribe. Again, thank you guys very much. I will see you guys later.